Yeah.
Alright, hey, welcome back to Jazzgrass Gaming, where we're taking a piss.
Nothing better than starting an episode with a good old yawn.
Yeah,
How you guys doing?
I started it when you cut it off, you know, it's alright.
It's alright.
If you didn't mention it, nobody would have noticed.
True.
Man, I didn't even notice that gaping hole next to me.
Yeah, fuck. Talking about yawning makes me yawn again.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't do that, like talking about breathing.
Yeah, you're breathing manually as well as blinking manually.
Oh
now
wait,
as
it's
well.
in the end, right?
And
It is on this side.
and your butthole is unpuckered, and now it's puckered again.
Ooh. Now your ears are twitching.
And now you're feeling the fact that your pinky toe is actually just constantly touching the toe next to it.
Yeah, and you just don't notice, do you?
And now you do, because we just told you. I don't know. I've got that when I notice that it's constantly touching the other toe. It starts to get annoying for some reason. It's a weird feeling. I don't know how to explain it. I must be retarded. All right, this episode on Jazzgrass Gaming, we purchased some light bulbs.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the whole episode.
That's the whole. We get them, and then we stop playing the game.
Yeah, we just uninstall. And
End of the episode. I don't feel like barking this perfectly. All right.
So Fleetari isn't in today, right?
No, he is. He is.
He is. Oh, okay.
I got 4 hours to get there.
All right.
Just to put the pressure on.
Gotta get to the car dealership. Got 4 hours to get there.
You know what? I'm happy. You know, I'm impressed with us. We got this fucking fan for so long, and it's not dented to all hell.
Hey, yeah, actually, you know what? That is a good point.
Because we flipped it a couple of times.
Yeah. We've had some incidents with it. You know, we've had
some happenings.
I've driven it around some bends.
Yeah, we've put it in some ponds. At least we always had something to fix that with. Gotta say, I was impressed with the couch strategy. I didn't expect that to work, but it did.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's right. That's right.
God
I'm Bows. I'm just guessing. Hey, yo, what's up? Hey, you've got
we
some
left
stuff.
groceries
Hey.
in when we were drunk.
Oops. Give me. Yeah, tool do.
Toodle-doo.
Yeah, for now that should be fine. I'll get some macaron boxes.
Yeah, sure.
Fuck it. All right. And we already got beer, dude. You don't shut up, do you?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Very, very yappy guy.
I haven't seen him yap like that in ages. Don't start it. Don't start it with me, bitch. I'm just here to pick up my shit. All right. Don't just dare say hi to me.
Have you ever watched the movie Convoy?
I think I have.
We've got a great big convoy trucking through the night.
Yeah, isn't that like
The big truck.
parts of Dukes of Hazzard, right? I think it's in the same universe even.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. All I know is Rubber Ducky, the truck driver, he's trying to deliver his load, but there's a cop who arbitrarily wants to arrest him or whatever.
Who doesn't want to be the man to run down a legend?
It's a bit of like a protest. Like the whole plot of the movies is some sort of protest against like evil cops or whatever. It's a very frivolous plot.
You know what I always loved about the A-Team?
Well,
That the guy is always harassing the people who needed helping, right? Like a lot of the time, like it was just like corrupt businesses or corrupt police, man.
yeah.
Like, it was real civil rights, like real union man.
Yeah.
Man show.
Yeah. I mean, it still strikes me as weird that in America they're so anti-union.
Oh yeah, it's weird, right?
Because
it's kind of what they were built
like
on,
here
right?
in Europe, like being part of a union is just par for the course.
Yeah, dude. If your mom is like part
Although
of a union,
I will say I'm not currently part of a union.
Yeah, me either.
And the
but
reason for that is they upped the prices, and now they're you have to pay to be in a union because
Yep.
you gotta
Support,
contribute to make sure that it's that money that helps make sure that people get proper contracts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the union I was with upped their prices to like 35 euros a month, and I was like, "Oh, now you're getting a bit hefty with the prices, man.
That is ridiculous.
I don't think I can keep up with that one. Sorry, mate.
I don't
make
even make
enough
that
money to have such a frivolous. Because that's the thing. It's a subscription to something you rarely need.
Yeah.
And you need it so rarely that I feel like it's not worth $30 a month.
Yeah. I'll just miss those couple of days at work. All right.
You know, so I'll just do, you know, I'll just negotiate my contract. I mean, I've never made use of a union, really.
Me
never
neither.
really needed to because I've been able to negotiate pretty.
The only reason why you
normal
need a
contracts.
union is if your branch goes like to protest.
Yeah.
You know, and
Like if things
so
are,
you get paid while you're protesting.
Yeah, if things are actively going wrong in your branch, like for example, dock workers, they got a very strong union because they used to do really unsafe work and just had really bad, you know, a bad work environment. So they, for example, got like a very strong, they've got very strong contracts. Like their salary, I've heard, just increases with inflation.
Yeah, same with painters, I think.
It's crazy.
Yep. I mean, I'm getting 10% more. So still leaves
that's only a
9%.
2% pay decrease.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Can't complain. Now, if only they'd start paying so much that people actually wanted to do the job.
Oh yeah. I love that you still hear people go like, people just don't want to work anymore. It's like, no, people don't want to work for you anymore.
Give me
there's a very important distinction to be made. Like, it's not that people don't want to work, period. It's that people don't want to work for you because you're not a good employer.
Yeah.
You're shit. You're a dickhead. Why would anybody want to work for a dickhead? There's plenty of jobs out there where you're not working for a dickhead.
Exactly.
So, you
you gotta sell yourself, man.
Also, I refuse to believe there's a worker shortage. There isn't any. There's no labor shortage. All right, it's not. Oh, people don't want to work. No, what's happening is companies are purposefully understaffing under the guise of a labor shortage.
Yeah.
Because it's cheaper that way. And if you throw it on a labor shortage, you can just tell your clientele, like, oh yeah, it's nothing we can do about this, even though it's by design.
Yeah.
And in retail, you see this a lot. I remember working in a hardware store, right? We were the most successful and busiest store in the Netherlands for that particular brand of hardware store. And I remember distinctly like being told that they couldn't afford to slot in more hours. When in reality, they were running like the absolute bare minimum. Now, think about this, right? You have 3 people on the job. One of them gets paid 14 euros an hour. The others get paid 9 euros an hour, right? Now, let's say you're open for 7 hours. It's a Sunday, so you have double pay. So $28 an hour for the manager, and 18 euros per hour for the regular folk, right?
Exactly.
All right.
I do this. Yeah.
Now you're there for like 7 hours, so that's X hundred amount of money you're putting into the actual labor, all right? And that's assuming, 3 people on the floor. It's too few people, by the way. It's too few, but that's how I used to roll in DIY in that particular DIY store. Just me, one other guy, and a manager. All right. You open up at 10. At 11, a customer walks in. At 11:30, right, that customer has a full tray of all of the stuff he needs. He has just He's just paid 400 and something euros for the stuff he needs. 5 minutes later, another customer checks out with 250 worth of stuff. Another one comes in and he's got $100 worth of stuff. Another one comes in and he's got $300 worth of stuff. Right? Because you're in a hardware store, you're always going to have big transactions. Right?
There's no average spending of 18 euros.
As far as I can tell, at the very, very, very most, you're paying 1,000 in people's cost.
Yeah.
Right? And the margins you make on the products, like the profit you make on it, not that big. Okay, whatever.
No, that's true.
But the amount of money you make vastly outshines the money you're pouring in to run the store that day. So you cannot then turn around and tell me, yeah, we couldn't slot any more people in, it was too expensive. No, it wasn't. These are guys who are just under 21, so they're being paid pennies.
Exactly.
Like actual pennies, right? Like I remember when I started working there was another guy working there who was 15 and he was making €4. He was making,
oh, dude, it's
like €4. That's before tax.
Brian, I cannot
tax.
get mad at those kids.
Imagine.
You know, they work for me, those kids.
Yeah.
And I cannot get mad at them.
No,
I'm like, you don't get paid enough, you know.
Exactly.
So and I also don't, when I plan like people in, I don't think about how much it's costing. I just multiply the hours. You know, there's this many hours of work to do. How can I do that in 5 hours? Yeah. You know, if I get 10 hours to do.
Like, I remember working at a hardware store when I was 18, and I was working there, and I looked at my contract to see exactly how much I made, and I think I made like €4.60.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so like almost nothing, and that's before tax. So after tax, that was like even less. Okay, great. What does that mean for me? I got the chillest job in the world because there's no way a manager can convince me to bust my ass for him. I have one manager who tried and failed, and I became his nemesis. He hated me. Like, I remember one time I walked in, I had my school bag with me, right? I walked in, really busy store, and I knew he did this on purpose because he never, ever, ever asked anybody this, ever. Sir, he looks at me, points me out, he's like, hey, you've got a backpack with you? I need to put that in one of the customer lockers to make sure that you're not stealing anything.
Oh my god, that is ridiculous.
He never did that for anybody else. Only for me. And my other co-workers actually complained to him about that fact because they thought it was fucked up, because it is fucked up. Yeah, that's the ones you should get.
Oh yeah, sorry, I have to look at that.
Yeah, those are the good ones to get.
All right, yeah, that's enough.
So,
all right, call me when you're done.
But yeah, I remember he very distinctly hated my guts. And I because he could not get me to work hard for him. Like, I remember, and then winter came around and he would put me outside with the Christmas trees in the cold, but I didn't mind because I just spent the whole day reading manga on my phone. And like a customer would come by and be like, oh, I want a tree, and I'd be like, all right, pick one out and I'll package it up for you, and I wouldn't even look up from my phone.
Dude, the other day I had one employee, he did like, I think, an hour and 45 minutes on facing, what was it? Like 12 meters, like of shelving. Right. Now that's long, Brian.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, that could get me going. Like, but whenever I look at it, I'm like, all right, well, he did it perfectly. All right. Mm-hmm. Sure, it could go faster, and I always tell him, it's like, hey man, you're doing great. Just go a little faster, and that's all right. But honestly, I don't give a shit.
I mean,
like, one of my employees went up to me and was like, hey man, he's taking a long time to do this. I'm like, yeah, but he does it well.
Yeah, exactly.
And I always tell him, it's like, all right, sure, but you are like 20 now, so you make a little more money than that kid. Remember when you made that much money, you know?
Yeah.
Remember that time when you were 14 and not making shit?
I set realistic expectations.
Yeah.
This is how much you pay me. This is how much work you get from me.
And if you
That's
put
always
in more,
been the case with me.
If you put in more than that, you know, more work than the hourly pay, I'll be very glad with
and
you.
then, like, companies always try to make it a thing where it's like, yeah, but we're a family. Won't you do it for us because we're friends? No, you're not my friend. If I break my leg tomorrow, you won't extend my contract.
Exactly.
If something goes wrong with me, then you pull away your hands. You know, you won't help me out. You won't do anything for me. Why would I do anything for you? If I asked you to come over to my place tomorrow to help me out with something, you're not gonna say yes. So why would I do the same for you?
Though I gotta say, the company I worked for, they're pretty good at that. Like being like, all right, you got your arm broken. That sucks. We'll see when you can work again.
Yeah.
You know?
I had that.
Like, I gotta
had that
say,
with
they're good with
the other DIY store I worked at. They were very much, because we had a new employee, and you know, it really sucked for her because she started, and then shortly after, she completely I think she got in an accident or whatever.
Oh damn!
But, like her arm got demolished. Right. So she had only had like a couple days of work there, and then she had to go into the sick leave. Right.
Oh, yeah.
But they still extended her contract. They still allowed her to be on payroll.
That's dope.
They still.
That's dope.
You know, she had she had a certain amount of hours on her contract that they were still paying out every week. Like.
And I gotta say, there's a lot of laws around it. People just don't know it.
Yeah.
So, like...
But that was pretty good. I also remember I had a coworker who was just an asshole. He got into a scooter accident that made his pinky point like 90 degrees to the right.
Yeah.
And, you know... But he got that fixed up, but he still stayed home for psychological damage for the next year. He had a 40-hour contract, so he's getting full hours paid, right?
Can you blame him?
Can you blame him? I remember looking at his Facebook. He's just hanging out in Croatia. He's just going on holidays. He's in and out of the hospital every month, fucked up with ketamine.
Honestly,
that dude, man, Ketamine Klaus.
Ketamine Klaus.
What a guy.
Honestly, you know what? I can't blame those people. Right? Like sure, it's a scummy thing to do.
Yeah.
I agree. But if you were presented the chance,
yeah,
you know, it is a
mean,
pretty cool card to
I don't
have.
know. I don't think I have balls large enough for me to go to pull that off.
You
right?
really got to play the part.
Yeah, you really gotta have. Well, yeah, you gotta be really how do you call that in English? Brutal.
Yeah, you got to be real.
I don't know how to say it. Yeah,
no, that's not. How,
I don't know how to say that in English.
You gotta be ballsy.
Word for it. You gotta be sassy about it. I don't know. I don't know the translation.
You gotta
English
be shameless.
is failing me.
You gotta be shameless.
Yeah, you gotta be shameless and antisocial. I don't fucking know. You gotta just.
The other day
no
there was
sense of shame. Yeah,
Brian, there was a bitch in the store.
I guess. Really?
Yeah, and
is that the one that got poked with like the fucking?
No. So we got milk on sale for pretty cheap.
All right.
But there's a limit on it for 12 per customer.
All right.
Which is reasonable because the last couple of times we had the sale, we sold out within a day.
Well, what the fuck are people doing with more than 12 cartons of milk? What are they doing with it?
Right.
There's nothing you can do with it. It's gonna spoil before you get to the 6th bottle.
It's the long-lasting milk, you know. The treated milk.
Well, still.
It goes a couple of months. But I can understand if you have a large family. But that doesn't change the facts that there's a rule, lady, and it's 12.
Yeah.
So I saw a lady walking with like 10 fucking like boxes in her cart, and I just smacked on top of the boxes. And I was like, lady, on the side it says 12. Yeah, but I'm a mom. And I was like, yeah, and I have a lot of other moms in the store who also would like to have some. So you're gonna put them back now.
She's one of those women that goes, but I'm a mom. Yeah. So what, you're above everything?
She played the mom card and I was done with her.
Yeah, of course you are. Because that means that she's a person who is just a cunt. Yep. Alright, sorry. If you've ever said, I can do X because I'm a mom, you're a cunt. Yep. You're annoying. You're not a bad person per se, but you're really annoying.
But you do give me the vibe.
And you take away any enjoyment of life out of any conversation with anyone you have because you just suck every joy out of everything. Alright, so this lady goes, I'm a mom, so I'm above the law, and I'm gonna get this extra box.
So I just firmly told her that that's not my problem.
Yeah.
I was
got
like,
plenty of moms.
I'd even put them back with you, you know?
Exactly.
You know, maybe you didn't read it.
Yeah.
But you stayed at the mom case, so I was like, fuck you.
Exactly.
She ended up not getting it, luckily.
Good.
I'm a bitch. I started being real annoying with her because then I started asking people questions that they can't answer.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, so why do you deserve it instead of another mom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or it's like, do you understand why I'm telling you that other people also would like to have this? And if there was no rule about how many they could have, that other people might miss out. You know, started asking real philosophical questions.
Well, because
that's when they break.
Because now they have to answer answer questions in the sense of because what you're actually saying, but
you're an egotistical, selfish prick.
Basically, what you're saying to them is, do you realize just how awful of a person you are?
Yeah.
And, being confronted with that, people will usually either react with shame or with anger.
Oh, hey, we got fucking food. Guys, next time on Jazzgrass Gaming. See ya.
See you in a bit. Bye.